Hi everyone, it's time for another activity with me. You are so lucky. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use my whiteboard today. And this is an activity called a draw and tell story, which is exactly what it sounds like. I'm going to tell a story and then I'm going to draw something that goes with the story. And at the end, once I'm all done with the drawing, we will have a drawing that goes along with the story. And here's the best part. You can draw along at home. Yep. So, if you like to draw and you want to help me tell this story, then you can go find a piece of paper, something to draw with, like a pencil or a crayon, and then you can meet me back here for our story, okay? All right, I'll wait. Okay, are you back? That's excellent. All right, we're going to start with our story now. This is called Where Has Polly Gone? And it was written by a librarian named Linda Muse. And it's about a little boy named Jake and his puppy, who happens to be named Polly, if you hadn't guessed. Okay. So Jake was worried. His puppy, Polly, she got out of the house and she was taking herself for a walk. Puppies never do that. They never go anywhere they're not supposed to go, do they? Jake went out to look for her, but he could not see Polly. Where has Polly gone? Wondered Jake. I'm going to write that down on here. You don't have to write it down if you don't want to, but you can practice your letters. If that is a thing that you want to do. All right, there's our story. Where has Polly gone? So he looked all around his front yard. Here is his front yard. What kind of shape is that? It's a triangle. And then he saw his neighbor, Sarah, playing in her front yard. Have you seen Polly? Asked Jake. I saw her running down the street, said Sarah. She was running down the street, and she turned right onto Oak Street. There we go. Thanks, yelled Jake as he ran after his dog. He turned onto Oak, which would be this one over here. But he did not see Polly. He did see a lady working in her garden. He asked her if she saw a puppy running by. Yes, said the lady, a puppy. I drew it wrong, which means everybody else drew it wrong. So now I better wait for you to get more paper or turn it over. Okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. All right, and now a puppy with a pointy nose came trotting past my house. It stopped to look at some birds. And then went around the corner to Spruce Street. So there we go. Pointy nose, birds. This one could look a little better. Those are some square birds. Wonder what's up with that. Thank you, said Jake. He ran onto Spruce Street, which is this one down here. But again, he was too late. He could not find Polly. Jake saw a man working on his car and asked him if he saw a puppy go by. I saw a puppy with one ear sticking up and one ear flopping down, sniffing around my tree. There's the tree. Then the puppy ran over to my neighbor's yard where it had fun running around his trees. So we need some more trees. For the puppy to sniff and run around. There we go. And then the puppy turned right onto Elm Street. And there's Elm Street. Do we have a picture? What did we draw? That's Polly, said Jake. Thank you. And Jake ran on Elm Street. Far ahead at the corner of Elm Street and Pine Street, Jake saw a puppy in front of a very familiar place. It was a cozy house. Here's a house. Which had a very long door handle. And guess what? Do you know where Polly went? Polly had gone all the way around the block and ended up right back home. That's a smart puppy. And there you go. Now you have your picture. You can hang that up on your fridge. Share it with somebody. You can tell, now that you know the story, you can tell it to someone else. And here, you want to know the best part about this story? It's called Where Has Polly Gone? All of these shapes are polygons. Don't look at me like that. I didn't write it. And you know what a polygon is? It's a two-dimensional shape. That means it's flat, which is made up of straight lines. So a box is not a polygon because it is not flat. A circle is not a polygon because it doesn't have straight lines. But this triangle here, or this rectangle, or here, those little squares, you know, squares and rectangles, they're actually called quadrilaterals because they have 4 sides. And now you learned 2 fancy words today. All right, so you can share that with everybody else. You can hang your picture up. You can tell your story to other people. Maybe you could even make up your own draw and tell story. Do you think you could do that? That could be fun. I might even give it a try someday. And of course, if you want to learn more about shapes, we have books here at the library that teach you about shapes. But here's the best thing about shapes. They're everywhere. They're all around us. So you can practice your shapes when you're at home. Like I even have shapes that I just drew here on the board. This is a shape. You can see it better over there. My paper is a shape. It's the same shape as this. But there are shapes everywhere. So you can practice learning your shapes. You can practice spelling your shapes if you need to learn how to spell. You can even practice colors. What colors are the shapes? And then, adults, do you know what? Helping the kids learn shapes will help one day when they're learning how to read. Because letters are also made up out of shapes. Mind-blowing, shapes are everywhere. All right. I'm going to stop being really excited about shapes. I'm going to let you get back to whatever you're doing today. I have things I need to do today too. So I'll see you next week. Bye.